You've been playing that wrong. This is another in a series of videos answering frequently asked questions and clearing up confusions about the rules of the board game Vantage. And just a word of warning, while I'm usually very careful about not spoiling particular cards, we will be looking at the text on one particular card, which is card 1705. And the reason is because it is probably the most commonly seen destiny in the game. And it's one for which, rather than placing it in the usual destiny location on the main board, you place it in a special dedicated space. As you can see, you are instructed, normally you'd get a destiny by reading some kind of result in the storybook. But in this case, this destiny occurs anytime, or I should say the first time a player has a full grid. And so really there will be lots of games of Vantage where you might end up pulling this card, so it's worth talking about it in a little bit of detail. So here, as you can see, one of my characters has a almost a full grid. The other player here is not collecting quite as many cards, but let's say on the captain's turn here, she receives a new card as a result of some action that she's taken. And now we have satisfied this particular requirement. The grid is full. So we dig out of the box Destiny 1705. And 1705 says, survive until help arrives. When a player ends their turn, they may add one token here. If they do, gain a token on their character. The game ends if there are 6 tokens here. Read 1705 in the Book of Secrets. One way you win the game is by completing a destiny. If you complete a destiny along with a mission, then you score an epic victory. And so anyway, the way this works, it's simply a game timer. That's the thing I want you to understand. It's basically saying there's now 6 turns until the end of the game. Actually, 5 turns, because the character that triggered this, their turn is now over, and they can, if they wish, for free from the supply, take a token and place it on the card. And in doing so, they're also allowed to take a token and place it on their character. So the other thing I wanted people to understand about this card is it doesn't say you have to remove one of your own boost tokens, but rather you just simply grab it from the supply. Okay, and so that means there's 5 more turns now until the end of the game. The other thing I wanted to point out about this card is there is the word may on the card. They may add a token here. So you can stretch the game out longer than 5 turns if everybody's having fun. Probably if you are having fun, you might not even pull this card out of the box, although you might as well, because it guarantees that people can go home in 5 more turns, but you never have to place a token on the card. So it's kind of a way of assuring that the game is going to end in a reasonable amount of time. Of course, not every game of Vantage will have you completing a 3x3 grid of cards. You may die before then, or you might complete your mission before then. But in many games, you will do it. And then you might as well pull this card out of the box and place tokens on it if folks are thinking that they've been satisfied with their gameplay thus far. And so that's what Destiny 1705 is and how it works in the board game Vantage.